the viewers should probably take a shot every time they hear the word dick in this video. They're gonna be trashed.
Yeah, I could really love pudding, but you know what? You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat. And if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that dick! That is spotted dick.
Honestly amazing. Like,
We made British food good.
Yeah.
Okay, this week's video either comes with a warning or instructions, depending on how you want to look at it.
So we're gonna work. The warning part is we're gonna say the word dick a lot in this video, and it's not the dick that you're thinking of. It's actually a dish called spotted dick, an English dish. But of course, we're all 12-year-olds, and so every time we say it, we have.
It's funny
to
every
laugh.
time you say it. It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. So it's throughout the video. So if you want to, and that was the warning, and here is the instructions possibly if you want to use this video as a drinking game and take a drink every time we say or somebody says dick.
Don't do that. If you take a shot every time we say dick, then just don't do it, unless you're a hardcore drinker.
I think we did this whole thing possibly just so we could get together and laugh about spotted
dick. So we met up with the Brazen Brits a couple of times over the Tampa RV show.
And we were talking about food. And then next thing we know, words are coming out of our mouths. Hey, we're going to cook your favorite British dishes.
So when we talked about what foods to make, the first thing Natalie came about was spotted dick.
And of course, I was intrigued.
I wasn't sure if she was talking about Lawrence's medical condition or a food.
We knew nothing. So obviously we had to do a lot of research, which we did. And I kind of handled the spotted dick. And I must say I handled it well. And
Lawrence's idea was bangers and mash. If you're going to go with a theme, there's your theme.
There's your theme. And he handled his bangers and mash
quite well.
And so, you know what? We're going to stop talking and just let you see what happened.
A banger is a British sausage. And did you know that traditional bangers have glutinous either oats or breadcrumbs in them? So
I didn't know that.
Instead of buying bangers, guess what we're doing?
Are you making bangers?
We're making them ourselves. Why? Because it's more fun.
Oh, obviously more fun. It sounds like bangers and mash sounds like we should like get all the people in the park here together for a rave. Okay, so that looks like a whole lot of pork. How are you going to fit that in the sausage casing?
It's about 2 pounds of pork and about 1/3 of a pound of fat. First thing we're going to do is coarse grind it. Let's do that right now.
Okay.
Okay, we've got our coarse grind. Now we're going to switch to our finer plate. Put this back on our mixer. Now we're going to add our dry spices and regrind to make a finer grind. And I will say this is a lovely, fragrant, this is a traditional spice blend for a banger. It's got porcini mushroom powder, sage, thyme, mace, nutmeg, and white pepper. And I will say it smells lovely. So we're going to sprinkle that throughout our meat. And now we're going back to the grinder. All right, there's our second grind, our fine grind with our dry spices in it. And I'm just going to say again, the smell, I don't think I've ever had a British banger before, but I love the sage and the thyme and the white pepper working together. It smells really good. Now we're going to add our texture in there. We're going to put 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. And we're going to put our gluten-free beer to kind of bind and bring everything together and add a little bit of flavor. And we're going to mix it on low, just enough to get everything to mix together well and that meat to kind of start to emulsify. You'll see it turn from a thin grind there into more of a paste, and that's when you know you're done. And that is exactly what we were looking for. It's exactly the texture we want to see. So it's not quite in strands anymore. It's a little more of a meat paste. Now, I'm going to get this in the chill box to chill back down while I prepare the hog casings, and then we're going to stuff some sausage and actually make the banger. One of the things I wanted to talk about is making a test patty before you take the time to stuff your sausage. You want to make sure you got your texture right. You want to make sure you got your spices right. And most importantly, the salt level, because if you blow the salt level, you're just going to have a bad sausage. So I think my off-camera person here is going to get the first taste.
Oh, got hot.
And then I'm going to go in.
Oh, that's good. Oh my God, it's delicious.
Ooh.
Those British may be onto something. That sausage is banging.
Okay, so here's the reason you need to make your own sausage. Victoria, can you taste all of the different things we put in there?
Oh, yes, I can. And
I taste the white pepper. I taste the sage. I taste the thyme.
I taste the beer. And the good thing about it is, and it's with all cooking, is it's balanced. There's not one just jumping out at you. It's all very balanced. And that's how you know it's balanced, is when you can taste all the flavors. Now what are you doing?
Okay, if you've got a squeamish stomach, you may want to turn the channel. So we're going to run some water through our natural hog casings, and we're not using synthetic casings, we're using the real deal. These are packed in salt when you get them from the butcher, so we're rinsing all the salt out of them.
And what are hog casings made from?
Intestines.
That's what I thought. Just wanted to be clear there. That looks like a very interesting process that you're engaged in.
It is a
right
tedious job, but we're threading the casing onto our stuffer.
now. Is it all going to fit on there? The entire casing? Or
It'll all fit on there. Okay, this is the first time I'm used to using big commercial equipment, so this is the first time, now that we're in an RV, that I've ever used a handheld stuffer. And you know, when it comes to making sausage, everybody's 3 years old, because that's just hilarious. I'm not unhappy with my first experience with this handheld sausage stuffer, but you can see we got more down here, less down here. So my links aren't all quite the same size, but that's okay. I'm going to be pretty happy with them. So one thing we need to do now is get the air pockets out of here. So I'm just going to go down and pop the casing. And you can see the air goes down there. Give these guys a little press, get the extra air out of there. Okay, now we're going to put these in the refrigerator overnight on some paper towel, and you want them to dry out overnight and tighten up, and then you're ready to cook your bangers.
And I'm sure when you hear the word spotted dick, you're thinking, ooh, some dude's got issues with his nether region. But no, it's not like that at all. It is a classic English steamed pudding. And in England, pudding isn't really pudding like we think of it here in the States. It's more cake-like. And so I'm very excited about doing it. I got to make it gluten and dairy free. It's going to be challenging because one of the main ingredients, which is called suet, is kidney fat, or the fat around a cow's kidney mixed with some wheat flour. So I'm using some vegetable shortening and hoping for the best. And the other distinctive ingredient is sugar. Now, the ingredient itself is not too distinctive, but it's called castor sugar, which is an extra fine sugar. So I'm going to take my regular granulated sugar and put it in the spice grinder and go to town. It is a lot finer. So I have castor sugar. I may not have suet, but I have castor sugar.
All right, so how do we make this spotted dick, Victoria?
Well, you can see I have all my ingredients here, but the first thing I have to do is lube my pan for my spotted dick.
Is that the dick pan?
This is the dick pan. And if you don't lube your dick pan, you're not going to get good spotted dick. Your spotted dick is going to stick, dick stick, you're going to get dick stick. And nobody wants dick stick. So I am liberally lubricating the spotted dick pan. Okay, so like the suet, which I mentioned earlier, is, you know, the kidney fat and wheat. I'm replacing that with shortening. And if you're wondering why I'm playing in this bowl of gluten-free flour blend here, it's just I've got the shortening in here and I'm moving it around so that I'm trying to make little balls of the shortening so I have a good spotted dick. So theoretically, we've got the whole package here. So we're getting closer to getting this dick together here. Get all my castor sugar in here and mix it up some. And then I've got some salt, baking powder, so that the spotted dick will rise. What's a spotted dick without a little rise? Goes the wet for the spotted dick. And I probably should have mentioned that dick is kind of a short term for pudding. It's also dog in Britain. So it's not...
Spotted dog doesn't have nearly the same ring as spotted dick.
No, it doesn't. And so but I thought I'd mention that so I'm not just, using that terminology, because that I made up or something. I didn't make it up. That's the way it is. Okay, so I'm going to put in what you probably think are raisins. These are not raisins, these are currants. And currants are very similar to raisins. They taste slightly different and they're like little mini raisins. That's the spotted part of the dick. So I guess the currants are spotted and the dough is the dick. So I've got dick dough here. And the dick dough should be pretty tight, not very runny. And you don't want to overmix, like with most things you bake or cook. This is actually getting steamed. You don't want to overmix. Final step in the dick process is getting the dick dough along with the spots into the steamer pan here. Yes, I bought a very special pan for this because I wanted to do it right. And maybe, you never know, I may like steamed pudding so much, this is the first of many steamed puddings I make. Yeah, I could really love pudding, but you know what? You can't have any pudding if you don't eat your meat. And if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. So now I am smoothing out the spotted dick with the back of a spoon, a wet spoon. It was wet, but it's not anymore. So that we have a nice even layer. How many jokes can we say about spotted dick?
We've got a pretty good number so far.
Yeah, I think people are going, okay, stop already. If you think that I said the word dick in an inappropriate way too many times, please let me know in the comments below.
And if you have any more comments about the spotted dick, we'd love to hear them.
And if you think I haven't said enough, if I needed to say more, let me know that too. Okay, the dick's coming out of the water. I present to you cooling spotted dick.
How long do we have to wait for the dick?
15 minutes? Can you wait 15 minutes for the dick?
Oh, I think we can wait.
I think we can wait. It's time to get the spotted dick out of the pan.
What's it look like?
It looks like spotted dick. I think I've never seen spotted dick, so I don't know.
It's really hard to know what something's supposed to be like
if you've never had it.
When you've never had it before,
Yeah.
but I will say at least it looks like it's cooked consistently all the way through.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay. Oh, you didn't hear that, but I felt it.
I heard it. Oh, look at that.
Look at that dick. That is spotted dick. Oh my God.
Is it? Oh, look, it's spongy. Oh, yes.
Get the dick dance. Gotta get the dick dance. I made the spotted dick. I made the spotted dick. I'm so excited. I didn't even need a knife.
That looks perfectly. Spin the plate around, Victoria. Okay, so look at that. Color is consistent all the way around. So this may have been our second attempt at the spotted dick. What happened the first time we tried to do it?
Let this be a good lesson to everybody who cooks. Every recipe out there is a guide. Every recipe out there is not actually a good recipe. So since I've never made this before, I followed the recipe exactly. I won't say totally screwed it up, but it was not pretty.
It wasn't right, yeah.
Let's put it this way. Part of it was overcooked and part of it was undercooked. I'm not really sure how I achieved that, but I did. So I like the failure. Failure in cooking is critical.
It makes you better, stronger, faster.
Exactly. So I assessed, and now I knew what to do.
I will say you've taken that out of the pan, and I can smell the currants. It smells fantastic.
Oh, it does. And then when you get the English cream sauce on here, oh my God. Spotted dick. The recipe will be on the website soon. What would bangers be without mash? So we're making the mash. I'm boiling the potatoes, and then I've got my plant-based cream and butter here that's going to be heating up, and then I'm going to rice the potatoes and mix that together and make a delicious mash.
So you got all British going on here. You got your mash, you got your sauce,
English cream sauce
you
back
got
there.
your
already
cream
done.
sauce,
That's for the dick.
and your dick is boiling away.
Let's hope our dick turns out. Because what else are we going to do with the English cream sauce? So why do we rice mashed potatoes? And what is a ricer?
Because your mashed potatoes come out awesome.
They do. It makes them very, very smooth. No clumps or anything. So this is a potato ricer. As you can see, it looks like rice when it comes out. And you get it all over the stove too, and that's fine. Now I'm adding a cream and butter mixture to make it creamy and buttery. I'm going to stir it up and add more if I need it.
Do we have a proper mash?
We're almost there. I'm going to put a little more of this in.
Now do we have a proper mash?
Oh, those are good. Those are gonna go great with the bangers.
Okay, so I made the bangers, Victoria made the mash, Victoria made the spotted dick, and we're kind of both together making the brown gravy. So we've been caramelizing some onions, and we're about to add the red wine into the gravy. And I want to talk about wine for a second. Do not cook with any wine that you wouldn't drink yourself. So we're putting some darn good wine in here.
And you're drinking that wine too.
So Sagaccio
Yeah.
Zinfandel.
That's a good wine.
It's a great wine. And so we're going to add this to our caramelized onions. And we're putting in fresh thyme and fresh sage. We're going to mix this up, and it's so hot it's boiling already.
Those onions look majorly
Oh, and
caramelized.
this needs to be smell-o-vision because this smells.
It smells so good.
It smells amazing.
The wine mixing with the thyme and the sage and
Yeah.
the onions. Oh,
Yeah, that smell that hits you when it
pretty
hit
fabulous.
the pan. Okay, we are going to turn this down. We're going to simmer this for the next 10 minutes.
Look how amazing this looks. It's soaked up all the wine. So now we've got the next steps. Beef broth. Oh, the depth of flavor on this is going to be amazing. And then we've got some Worcestershire, some yellow mustard. Oh, got it all in there. And some salt. Okay, simmering for 20 minutes. Now we're going to thicken and finish it off. So we've got butter, cornstarch slurry, which is going to aid in the thickening process here. Okay, and then balsamic vinegar. Ooh, that's going to give it a nice bite. Okay, we're going to turn up the heat a little bit. Get this butter melted, and we should see some thickening.
It looks and smells amazing, but now comes the taste test. Got to get some onions, of course. Oh, it's hot. Victoria, get in here. That's delicious. Little hit of salt. Okay, we're going to do literally just a little bit of salt.
Post-salt
All right.
taste. Close up. Reaction close up.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, that's a good reaction. Okay, now I'm going in. Okay, here we go. Oh, the salt just brought the flavors. Just my goodness.
Everything popped.
Oh, we're done. We're done.
Put a fork in it.
Put
we're
a
done.
fork in it. We're done. Boom.
Okay, Natalie and Lawrence, that is a mighty clean plate that you have there.
Honestly, amazing. Like,
We made British food good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
wow,
this is.
that's the compliment of compliments.
Do you know what I think's happened? I went back to the UK recently, and honestly, the food was really bland. Over the years, we got so obsessed with being efficient and cost-effective that they've taken out all of the stuff, and that's why nowadays I think it's bland. Like this, you would get this in a really nice restaurant in the UK.
Yes.
But this is way better than any pub food where you would get something like this. So
Yeah.
Agree.
my point is, it was really good. Now, the reason you're all here.
The main event.
Let's go get some spotted dick. That is a good looking dick.
With plenty of sauce.
Yeah, there's loads of dick sauce on it. Natalie,
Yes.
how did you like Richard's spotted dick?
The fact that it's called Richard is making me laugh.
So another interesting fact, in like the mid 1900s or something, they actually changed it to Spotted Richard for a while.
They did?
They
Yeah,
tried
I
to,
heard
but
that.
anyway, so what did you think?
Delicious. I'm not usually a
was.
huge fan of fruit in cake, I suppose, but that was very tasty. And she did say that she managed to get, was it currants? So it's not
Yep.
raisins?
Yep. It's basically what it is it's a sponge cake with some fruit in it. So it's not a
Sponge is a strong word.
well, it's more spongy than fruit cake. That's what I'm trying to get to. So yeah, anyway, I loved it.
Well, there you have it. The shocking truth. We made British food taste good.
Because, I mean, most people think British food does not taste
It's
good.
bland and boring, but let me tell you,
It's not.
it does
I really
not
enjoyed
have to
it.
be bland and boring.
No.
The bangers and mash
Were so
were
good.
fantastic.
Oh my god, they were good. And
yeah,
the
it was-
spotted dick was it was a surprising dick.
Yep.
It really was. I did not think I was going to like it. And we didn't talk about this a lot, but this is for me the most amazing part is that spotted dick had an English cream sauce, and that English cream sauce was dairy free.
and it was delicious. So,
Yeah,
and the spotted dick was gluten free, and the cream sauce was dairy free.
Well, everything was gluten and dairy free, and I don't think Natalie and Lawrence would have even thought.
Well, yeah,
that.
you would not even have known. You wouldn't feel like you were missing anything.
Right.
And I think the difference there is because every single thing was made from scratch.
Yes. And we had so much fun making it. I hope you saw that in the video. And we love doing this. We love cooking, obviously. And if you want to send a challenge our way and we're going to be in the same vicinity, we'll take you up on that
we're
challenge.
ready for you.
We are ready. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't given us a thumbs up, please do. And also subscribe and hit the notifications so you know when we have new videos, which is once a week. And until next time, happy eating.